Hey, you're Razale.
It's because he's wearing his earplug.
Yeah, I can't hear.
I think he's just got a fresh trim.
Yeah,
shout out to Rockets, man, for the fresh trim, man.
And this is where you'll be rolling the behind the scenes of Speedsta getting his haircut. These nuts, roll that.
I see you, Speedsta, you killing them, son.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome to the podcast, episode 5. We're here at Rockets, man. Shout out to them for giving us the awesome space. We're here in Rosebank. Come and check out the brand new store.
Yeah,
it's
dope.
Amazing.
It's really good.
Hey, lama, but episode what, part what?
There's so many, they confuse me.
Please, keep
Don't
up.
worry, guys. One thing... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, about the sound. Apologies about the sound for the last episode. I think my mic especially was the worst. So yeah, number one, keep it simple today. And number 2, sound guy. Sound do hate is tota unchwe and episode so apologies.
Relax,
so
brother.
and it's funny because we were talking about black suppliers and AI black supplier and we also falling short. So Sifunda song at the same time, but now for sound we've got your role. I said your role in the house, so watch your sound.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? People appreciate that there ain't no smoking today.
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't even recognize
That's because they're not allowed.
Are you guys gonna be able to make it through?
Nah, we'll break the rules, don't worry.
We'll be good. I'm not trying to fight with Shaw, man. That guy is big.
We had Rockets Man in Rosebank.
Yes.
They have another one in Santon. We're sure to tell us to shoot because
it's a brand new store. Yeah, it's a brand new store. Come check it out. It's really, really dope. It's on the first side. You knock up my slur. First side of Rosebank Mall. So come check it out. But welcome to the show.
Sweet.
Episode 5. We've changed.
New fit.
You know? So yeah, let's get straight into it, Vij.
Women's Month. What's
Yes.
Women's Month about, no?
Wow. Yeah,
You're a woman, just fill us in.
I understand, but you threw a curveball there, brother.
Yes, hold it.
Oh my God, I got it.
Don't drop the ball now.
Women's Month is about celebrating women. It's about celebrating the fact that we can be equals, the fact that we can be in this industry and kick ass just as much as the guys. And I'm hoping more females are going to come up in the culture and kick more ass because that's what we're about. Don't aspire to be a housewife, be a power woman.
Power to the women.
You know how many dreams you've killed out there?
Hey, man, I'm just saying, be better, be about it. Oh, okay.
But they can just start YouTube pages and do makeup tutorials and...
Wow!
Anyway,
they still get paid for those anyway.
Anyway.
BG, okay, before I go to the topic, I think you have a very insightful book that everyone must know. Firstly, that it's around and it's available. Yeah. We'll have a close-up of this book. It says... Music law, contracts and business. South African music law, contracts and business.
I know you got it today. You
I got it today. I'm gonna read it.
Please.
And I hope the kids read it too. I know there's no emojis.
Hopefully the only thing you read is not just captions.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, so I read it. I think it's insightful.
Yeah,
so it's one of those that I need to learn.
Tell me something. Is Universal okay with you telling the kids to read books on contracts?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, because so that they don't fight with them when they want a while about their contracts.
Scoop, my thing is all about building the kids. I'm all about building the next men so they can able to stand for themselves.
Showcase.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right.
Go.
Not like...
Topic. Sorry, go. Oh.
Anyway.
Damn. And so look,
he was about to say something. What he was about to say?
Yeah, nothing.
It was about to go down.
No, VG, come on. You can't do that to us, dog. We're in the podcast.
And I completely missed it.
Okay, okay. We're faffing around.
Sure.
Let's get straight into it. I want to speak about the gap between Durban artists and mainstream artists.
Why specifically Durban?
Because I think over the past, say, 6 to 7 years, we've seen a lot of them come in and out. We haven't really seen much of them sort of sustain unless they're moving to Johannesburg like a Gemini, like a Nasty, etc., to a point where you find a A1 Wolf being able to use his money wisely, but say, I'm done making music, you know? I'm sick of everything else that it comes with, you know? So it just got me thinking as to why that happens, because I know one side of WTF sent me an email with his new song the other day, which is really, really
Charlie, no?
Charlie, and he was like, you know, he's really trying to push the song in the clubs and so forth. I heard the other day that Golden Black has relocated to Johannesburg.
Really?
I know
FLO also got a single.
Yeah, they got a whole album, you know.
City of Gold, baby.
So I'm just trying to like figure out, is it a thing of maybe funds for them to not be able to live in Johannesburg, maybe funds for them not to be able to be sustainable in Durban where they are. Because I think it's fair to say Durban does come with a bit of territory, especially when it comes to music. May not be hip-hop specifically, but they like to own their sound. They like to own theirs, you know. Is that still happening? Is there somewhat of a hip-hop movement happening in Durban? Like, what's happening with Durban hip-hop? I think since Nasty, we haven't seen anybody really break out, you know, as opposed to that year when we're getting Caldage, we're getting the Wolfpack, we're getting Chicana, we're getting A1 Wolf, we're getting WTF, we're getting Dream Team. There was so much happening, you know. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what happened to that scene?
Are you saying, what's the gap?
Yeah, like, why aren't these guys here? Why don't these guys last more than 3 years? Like, what's the issue? Scoop, you in Durban quite often. Maybe you can give us some insight on...
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel that Durban artists are some of the most gifted artists in the music scene because even our Joburg's music scene is pushed a lot by Durban artists in various fields, right? I do think that when they move here, one, because they come from such a relaxed environment, they're not used to the hustle and bustle of Joburg. Like, Durban people are quite chill. Them in Cape Town, coastal, bayafana. Secondly, I feel like when they come here, they blow up because of the sound they did in Durban, which is a foreign thing to Joburg.
Yeah.
And anything that's foreign is attractive, right?
Yeah.
Then they like, to make myself bigger, I must move to Joburg because obviously the television is here, the radio's here. And once they do that, then because of them being in Durban and making good music, the Joburg artists then go, now it's time so I can chill with you.
Yeah.
Then the Durban artists start chilling with Joburg artists, then you can't differentiate between them.
Well, Scoop, you like it that you still get booked in Durban?
No,
I'm gonna lay it out, right?
Wait, we're gonna get there. Oh.
But I was once told that Durban promoters had a conference and they're like, yo, stop fucking booking Joburg DJs.
They called each other into a room.
That's what I got told.
That's
I was
intense
like,
for them
Are
to...
you for real? They're like, yeah. They're like,
a lot of time.
They don't try to book as much as Joburg DJs because they'd like, let's just push Durban only. And the Joburg DJs will sell on a paya. We only come when it's Durban July.
I get.
Wait, so are you saying that's the reason the music is not spreading?
Well, no, I'm just saying one of them, it could be one of those. That for me, I think
How would that
it limits,
affect the music?
Well, for me, it limits. So for me, it's one of those things. We're too concerned about what other people are doing, where we should be building each other as a music industry.
Okay.
So you're saying if Joburg artists could play in Durban, you'll be able to link with the artists, play their songs.
We'll do everything.
I got you.
It'll be bigger.
Then we'd have contact with them directly, be able to actually
Well, now
interact.
we're focusing on about Valen and Donna.
And there's a lot of interactions that happen in the club, but if you're not booked and being in the club, you can't necessarily have those conversations.
You killed two birds with one stone. They secured a booking and looked after the kids. Straight up.
That's so dope. I hear that, but back to what Sia was saying about kind of the traveling thing. I've always felt you get excited, like you're saying, that foreign thing where it's over there, so you wanted to stay there, and when they come, it's like, oh, this is amazing, this is something I want to consume. But the moment they come, yes, they kind of get like camouflaged in what's happening in Johannesburg. But then I think the difficulty for them is also trying to filter into the different cliques, because as much as we don't want to admit it, Joburg is very cliquey as well.
You have to be really good at being fake in Joburg. Wow. You have to be good at it. Like, you have to master it. Wow. Like, it's a skill.
Wow.
So,
okay. But I think the filtering into the cliques also becomes a different story, because you're more willing to be nice to a visitor than someone who's moving into your house. Do you know what I mean?
bad.
So I think that's kind of where the difficult for them to be like, okay, I'm in Joburg now. I'm trying to do my thing. I'm trying to get in. And then it's like, okay, but now we're also still trying to get our pie. You get yours. However you try, you planned on it when you were
What's the way
here.
forward? How does a consumer...
Big Nas is still in Durban.
Yeah, but for me, they were consistent. How did they do it?
That's theatre and Afrotainment, but I'm saying how does
Afrotainment to...
No. How does a consumer enjoy the music coming from Durban, even though I stay in the vault?
I don't know, hey? It is a bit tricky now because if we also don't kind of co-sign the music from a Joburg perspective, it's harder for the music to get to us. But I think that's also part of what you were saying about the conference is that they decided, or I don't know, maybe that's what was said.
Oh, is that the conference we're going to?
No, not that conference. Not in business.
Whatever was said at that gathering, it comes off as if they've said we're gonna build an industry on our own because Durban is the hub of entertainment in South Africa also. You know what I mean? So I think they've kind of felt they can build it and keep it in Durban, which is why the likes of Gom kind of stays in Durban. I just think it's a little bit difficult for hip hop because hip hop flourishes in Johannesburg.
Sure.
So that's why the guys choose to come to Joburg to try and infiltrate, but then there's those barriers.
And
so how do we
Youngster did it well. He crossed over to Joburg.
He's still in Cape Town.
But he crossed over to Joburg, as in like Joburg people know him. He did his media run here. He did his endorsement deals definitely didn't come from being in Cape Town or can do no what. He takes the money that he got in Joburg, then he invests it back in Cape Town. But what I was trying to allude to is the fact that even though he came here, he chilled with the big oaks of Joburg, but he never got into the circles and camouflage himself. He never lost his West Coast Westkap sound, you know what I mean? Whereas I felt like a lot with the Durban dudes, when they come here, they just get into the
Well, it's not even Durban guys. I think just most of the people in general. Just because now I'm chilling with Dalez, I have to sound like I'm North. Fuck that shit, nigga.
What's happening?
I related to you.
No, the North did put guys under pressure.
Yeah, because you taught me from Mpumalanga or from a Durban, like, this is fresh, this is something different. Just now, because I'm mingling with the niggas out here, I had to sound like, yo, now I'm from Bryanston Drive. Come on.
Yeah, no, the North the North really messed people up. Like, it put people under pressure.
I don't know. You know, Speedy, to answer your question, I really don't know. I think they have to just keep on hustling. They have to up their PR, I guess. They need to invest in coming up here more often and then going back home.
Yeah, also, like I said, dealing with you Joburg people is a lot.
Whoa, so yes, keep on.
I'm going to buy him.
Oh, hey, yeah, I can see.
All right, cool. But yeah, man, I think there's some really dope music being made in Durban, you know.
Definitely.
Amazing music.
And that's where the question stems from.
So a lot of them are breaking up, especially the groups now. Do you foresee Golden Black breaking up?
I don't know. I don't really know them.
You know what? The difficult thing about groups,
yeah.
I think it's inevitable because there's always the Beyonce of the crew. And at some point, Beyonce wants to be a star. So it just depends if they've got that synergy or not.
Who's the Golden Black Beyonce?
I don't know. I could ask you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay, no, I'm just asking in general because mostly the groups break up and the wine shines.
Golden Black is talented.
Yeah, they're amazing.
And we've heard their music,
Yeah,
like we haven't seen them.
Yes.
You know, the only time I did see them was when I was at 47, now called Rich.
Get yourself good managers.
And I'm glad they're here now.
No,
I'm glad they're here,
I hope
right?
that's true, yeah.
I also hope that's true. They can start doing the rounds, man.
Yes, and what's dope about Golden Black is that they produce outside of making music.
Yep.
So that's also another avenue. They can Gemini major this thing, you know, 1 minute producer, then on the track. It kind of expands the portfolio.
But don't steal Gem away from Malawi.
What?
Gem's from Malawi. Don't steal
No,
Gem
he
away
knows.
from
He's going home. Don't worry.
Showcase. He's got a one-man show there.
He's got his one-man show. Don't worry. He's
October.
going home. Don't worry.
I think for me, it's one of those things, like, I've always had these discussions with a Wobbly or a P Carter, and they'll say that they don't get booked in Durban anymore.
Yeah,
They got
Wobbly,
blocked off.
yeah, Wobbly said as soon as he crossed over to Joburg,
So
they
for
cut
me,
him
I
off.
think that's where the issue is. For me, it's like, are you afraid? I don't know. Like,
Why
I
did
don't
they
know.
cut him off?
I don't know.
Who cut him off?
Wobbly will
The
have
conference,
to say.
the conference.
But he did tell me. He said,
Conference.
I don't know.
okay, let's move
Talk about this conference.
These conspiracy theories.
Because I can say that I know that like back in the day, you know, Theo used to book me And it got to a point where he didn't book me anymore.
Why?
And he would say to me, no, I'm not going to book you anymore because you don't book me in Johannesburg, right?
Okay.
Then I explained to him, I said, but dog, you need to understand that you're big in Durban. When I'm big in Johannesburg, I'm big in South Africa, right? So if I'm saying I'm coming to Durban, my brand is already traveling across the country. When you are coming to Johannesburg from Durban, it's like, yeah.
I get what you say.
You know what I mean? And not in a harsh way. It's just like, that's what it is. So I think they shouldn't, if they are having conferences, they shouldn't have that. They shouldn't feel like it's hate or anything. We're trying to build this thing. It's like saying I live in LA or I live in New York or whatever, but it's still one thing.
I got you there. Yo, that was a serious point there. When I'm big in Joburg, I'm big in the country. If I'm big in anywhere else, I'm only big at that place.
I was big in the Val. That's why I left the Val. That's now I go to PE, I go wherever. All right, cool, man. So I'm hoping to hear from more from you guys in Durban. Send me the stuff. I don't mind. Send it to us.
Send it to us. I always play Durban, guys.
Let's try find ways to move forward. Yeah.
Showcase. I think we're definitely going to find something from Durban by the end of this year.
Yeah, I hope so.
Believe so.
I hope so.
A big call and an urge for everybody to like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have anything that you would like to say concerning a specific topic right here on POPcast. Also, do follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at POPcast for real. Danke.